In an earlier lesson, you learned how to manually sort and filter your spreadsheet data. You can also use formulas to automate those functions. So we're going to take a look at the filter function, the sort function, as well as how to combine both of them within one formula. So in this first example, I have a list of students who've signed up to volunteer in the community. So in this example, I want to make a list of all students who have volunteered at Harmony Hill Elementary School. We'll pick that one. Now, I could create a filter to filter this data, but I need to do that each time I look at the spreadsheet. If I close my spreadsheet and try to open it back up, I'm going to have to redo the filter. If I save it as a filter view, collaborators can access that. However, some collaborators don't know how to use filters and they don't know how to access the filter views. So sometimes it's easier to just create a filtered list. So to start with this function, you'll type equals filter with the parentheses. And once you do that, you'll see the suggestion and the format. So right now I'm at the range part. So the range is what data am I looking to filter? So in this case, I want to filter A2 through E. Notice that I'm not starting with A1 because I'm not including the header. I already have header information here. So I only want this range. And another tip is I don't have to have a number at the after E. I don't need to scroll down and find where my data ends. If I just type the letter, it's going to go all the way to the last row of data. All right, so I have my range, then I do a comma, and now I have to set my condition. So in this scenario, I wanted to filter by students who are volunteering at Harmony Hill Elementary School. So my condition is, if anything in the range of D2 through D, and you can see now this is highlighted, equals, and I'm going to do quotes because I'm looking for it to match something specific within the cell. Harmony Hill Elementary School, and I'm going to end my quotes and close my parentheses. When I hit enter, you'll see a list of only students who are volunteering at that site. Right. Also, I can filter by multiple conditions by adding a comma and another condition, as you see in this example formula. So let's say that not only do I want to filter by students that are going to Harmony Hill Elementary School, I want to filter by high school students. So I would do a comma, and then my range would be from E2 through E, since that is the column where it's identified what building the student is from. And my condition is where the cell specifically says CHS student. Once I hit enter, now I'm only going to have a list of CHS students that are volunteering at Harmony Hill. Right. The sort function is another formula within Google Sheets that allows you to sort data in ascending or descending order. So either alphabetically or where the greatest value is appearing first in the list. Now, in most cases, and actually probably in all cases, it's going to be a lot easier if I wanted to sort this list alphabetically to just come to the top of the column and sort the sheet from A to Z. However, it's important to know how the sort function works because in most cases, the sort function will be most valuable to you when you combine it with the filter formula. So let's get a foundation first before we move to our last example. So just like the other formulas, we'll start with equal and sort. And this is a pretty simple formula. We're going to start with our range. So it's telling us we are now on the range. So we want to sort this whole list, A2 through E. And we do our comma because we already typed in our range. And now it wants to know the sort column. Since we want to sort by the last name, we want to sort by column B. But it's important here to know that we're not typing the letter B. Instead, since column B is the second column in the range of A through E, we're going to type the number of the column, which is 2. And then we decide if we want the data to appear in ascending or descending order. Since we want the list to be alphabetical, we will type true and then hit enter. So now we have the same information that we had over here, only this is in alphabetical order. All right, now let's learn how to combine these two formulas together with a single formula. So you'll see here, I have the same formula that I had set up in the filter sheet. So I am filtering this list by students who are volunteering at Harmony Hill Elementary School. But you'll notice here that my list is not in alphabetical order. So what I'm going to do is combine the sort and filter function. So I'm going to take this entire function and I'm going to put parentheses around it. Before the parentheses, I'm going to type sort. So what I'm doing is I'm sorting this whole function, that whole list that I created when I filtered, and then now that my range is in there, I'll do a comma. I want to filter alphabetically, so that would be column number 2. And then I want to have this alphabetical, so I'm going to go with true. Now when I hit enter, you'll see that this list is now in alphabetical order. So again, to look at that formula, all I did was put sort before filter, added the comma, and true. So that is how you use the filter, sort, and then combine the two and use them together.